Ladies and gents, we're just 8 episodes away from a brand new season of Setup Wars, which is why I'm excited to officially announce, I can't contain the excitement, the official Setup Wars Season 10 intro contest. I know, it's been a while. The best intro that gets selected to be used as the official intro for Setup Wars Season 10 will take home $500 in cash and 3 TechSource mousepads. We also have 3 runner-up prizes. The top 3 highest voted intros will also take home $100 each. So if you guys want to participate, read the description section down below. It'll tell you what you need to do and also where to submit your intro. It's okay if you guys aren't that creative. I'm also accepting funny submissions. As long as it's not super brain rotty and cringy, you guys can participate. At the end of the day, it's to have fun and also pick a new intro for Season 10 of Setup Wars. So yeah, I'm very excited and interested to see what you guys will be cooking up very soon for the intros. Thanks for watching. Wait, this is the intro. So yeah, hopefully you guys will participate. Anyway, sit back and relax and let the Setup Wars begin. You know that feeling when you buy something online that says 50% off, only to realize later that the price hasn't changed?
Hey yo, what the
Well, that's actually a scummy marketing tactic designed to lure customers into buying their product. And that's where apps like Deals Count exist, where you can see the entire price history to understand if the price has actually dropped or if it was just a tag swap. I shop on Amazon almost every day. Most of the time it's for buying PC parts. So if I come across something I want to keep my eye on, like this graphics card for example, I just simply save it to my watch list. And once the product drops in price, I get a push notification on my phone. But here's where things get even better. Every time you purchase something through Deals Count, you earn 1 ticket for every $10 spent. And you can use these tickets to spin a roulette wheel and win Amazon gift cards or other rewards. It's an app that literally pays you for shopping with them. And for a limited time, Deals Count is giving away extra tickets in the next 20 days just for my subscribers. You can earn additional tickets by doing simple tasks like watching my video through the app, simply tracking a product on Amazon, and inviting a friend over. But it's only for the next 20 days. So make sure to download the app and participate by clicking my link down below. Right off the bat, we have a setup with warm tones from a returning contestant. Adrian was featured in episode 215 of Setup Wars almost 5 years ago. Since then, he graduated, became an industrial engineer, and completely overhauled his setup. The new build leans into oak and lighter tones, however, some key decor elements were kept. He still got hexagon panels above his monitor, but this time they are out of wood, and he kept paintings on the wall as well. Nearly everything else has been upgraded. Instead of 2 monitors, he's now rocking a single 27-inch Samsung Odyssey G5 display mounted to the desk. You know, I might be spoiled by seeing multi-monitor setups all the time, but I'm genuinely curious, as an engineer, is one 27-inch monitor enough for editing and work? If you're watching this video, let me know in the comments below. Now, if we zoom out, the monitor is beautifully framed from both sides by slat panels and shelves packed with anime figurines. With the hex panels and art above, the layout has excellent composition. It's balanced, uncluttered, and with good use of negative space. Looking down at the desk, Adrian uses a custom Tofu 60 paired with a ninjutsu mouse resting on top of a Japanese-themed mousepad. Besides those, he has a full set of audio gear. We got the Logitech Z625 speakers, a Zenix audio mixer, and a Focusrite Scarlett Solo audio interface skinned in white paper. Paper? Why not just use vinyl? Under the desk is where we'll find 2 pairs of cans, the HyperX Cloud Flight and the Sony XM5s. The cable management is very clean. He actually salvaged his old desk and turned it into a custom cable management rack, allowing him to run all the cables through it. Very nice. The power brick and strips, alongside majority of the cables, are mounted to the back of the Alex drawer using 3M tape and cable clips. Very clean and functional considering this is the side where his PC is placed. At first, I thought it was a build inside the ever-popular Height Y60 case, but this one is actually called the Sting Pro K21. It's basically a ripoff without the vertical GPU mount. But either way, it's rocking a Ryzen 7 5700X and an MSI RTX 4060 Ti. You know, your setup has come a long way since last time, and I love the changes both in terms of the color scheme as well as the addition of the decor and personality. The colors, the warmth, the ambient lighting, all of it blends together beautifully. It was great seeing you back on the show, Adrian. Thank you for participating. Up next is the youngest contestant of today's episode, Jack, aged 13, with his mainly white theme setup. He's been building this for 3 years since he was 10 and has already started to learn video editing. It's so great to see people starting to learn a cool skill at such a young age. It's truly an amazing time we live in with all the information available to us at a press of a button. He went with a stack monitor layout with a high refresh rate 27-inch Core as the main and a 24-inch LG monitor as the secondary up top. The desk surface is clean and simple with the essentials and a couple of fake plants for decor. The keyboard and mouse of choice are the RK61 and the Razer Viper Ultimate, while for audio, he uses only the Apple AirPods Max and a Fifine AM8 microphone. He mentioned looking into a glass mouse pad for his birthday, and since I've never tried one, I can't really speak from experience. But Jack, if you're watching this video, just for your birthday, hit me up on Discord and I'll send you a free TechSource mousepad if you like. We're gradually releasing our new Season 13 selection, so there'll be a huge list to choose from. I'll leave a link to it in the description section if you want to check it out. In terms of cable management, I think he did a fairly good job. Behind the monitors, it's tidy and the cables underneath the desk are all held up on a rack. Purely for aesthetics, I would have personally flipped the cable rack so the open part faces the wall. This would hide the cables better when you're looking at it from the front. Now, this PC is actually built in a height case, and it's also running an AMD build with the Ryzen 7 7700X and an RTX 4070 Super. Bonus points for dragging it out onto the front porch for the photo shoot, by the way. The natural lighting and the snowy conditions in the background look amazing with the white theme. I have to say though, there's no rainbow puke. All the gear has its own place, no clutter on the desk. We got very tasteful decor and tame lighting wrapping around the setup. You know, maybe throw some cool framed posters on the wall to add a bit of personality, but honestly, this is one of the most refined setups I've seen from someone your age. Fantastic job, Jack, and thank you for coming on the show.
What is infinity? It is boundless and endless like nature itself, from the great forest to the fourth dimension. But even more so limitless is our soul, for the journey to find our soul is greater than any goal that it seeks. It offers the truth of balance, freedom, constant purpose, and asks us to seek tools to release our souls into the physical world. The power to create, to shape thoughts and dreams into reality.
I can see clear through my mind, and the secret is to shut my eyes and see through my mind.
I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. When I first saw the submission files, I'm like, oh cool, we're getting another dope montage intro just like last time, especially considering it's a returning seal of approval winner. But the storytelling, the visuals, just wow. This is definitely hands down one of the more impactful intros that I've gotten on this show. Whether you've seen this setup in episode 316 or stumbled upon it on Instagram or TikTok, saying that it's extraordinary would be an understatement. And for those of you who are completely out of touch, yes, that's a triple monitor setup with not one, but two 49-inch Odyssey displays. It's even crazier when you see that he used to have them in vertical mode a couple years ago. The orientation of the monitors isn't the only thing that's changed though. KJ himself has changed quite a bit as a person, and he wanted to reflect that in his setup. Transitioning from the sci-fi, super high-tech world that was embedded in him through the corporate world to expressing his desire for true freedom and evolving his creative journey with natural related themes. That's why he chose forest for his main wallpaper theme, and he switched his case to the Fractal North XL to include some wood tones. Some of the inspiration he took from nature isn't directly noticeable to the eye. Take the monitors, for example. He still has that triple monitor layout, as I already mentioned, but he went for a smaller main monitor in the middle that can serve every purpose with overkill specs at 4K and 240Hz refresh rate. The two 49-inch Odysseys were kept, but are now positioned in landscape mode. And as you guys can see, they're not fully lined up with the middle monitor. He wanted to create a layout that would follow the natural biomechanical motion of the neck, rather than stiff, straight turns that could cause extra strain. That is why he brainstormed with ChatGPT and created this winged layout, where if you track your head motion, you follow the arc of a bird or an angel with its wing spread. I mean, I'm no doctor, so I can't really verify all this, but the concept and the idea behind it is really cool and further emphasizes the connection to nature. Also, as a pleasant side effect, the monitors aren't blocking the speakers since they are elevated a little bit already. The new peripherals include a Logitech G502X as a daily driver mouse and built two white custom keyboards, a Keychron Q5 Pro and a QWERTY Keys Q75, which looks freaking gorgeous. The rest of the gear has mostly stayed the same. He's got his DAC and amp on the right side in a custom shelf connected to his headphones, while on the left we've got the same Focusrite Scarlett audio interface for his Shure SM7B. Cable management remains pristine. There are two trays on each side guiding the cables through the solid raceways in the back towards his PC. It's pretty much the same build he was rocking back then, with the only differences being the RAM and the brand new Fractal North XL case with wooden accents. Besides his main battle station, he used to have a rolling camera setup, which he overhauled into an all-in-one rig. It's got a Lazy Susan for product shots, his Sony camera, an Elgato prompter, a separate screen to monitor the recording, and Amaran lights for that perfect studio lighting. All of this is hardwired to his PC, making it so he doesn't need to remove the SD cards to transfer any files. Now, if I had to compare both setups, I would say your last one definitely looked the coolest because the 49-inch vertical monitors were definitely the showstopper. But your more recent one is more practical simply due to the monitor layout. But nonetheless, it's always a pleasure having you on the show, KJ. Thank you for coming back on. Holy mother of all waifus. You better pray my wife doesn't enter the office now. This abundance of collectibles belongs to Mark, a retail stalker from North Carolina who built a literal shrine to his favorite Vocaloid character. This is not a desk setup anymore, it is a temple. He actually used to be a console gamer for the longest time, but he finally pulled the trigger back in April and joined the glorious PC Master Race. We have a pretty unusual layout of the monitors with a massive gap between them. And this wasn't done for any workflow reason, but rather to display his signed TCG cards right in the middle. That is what I would call commitment. Looking down at the desk, again, we have a bunch of collectibles placed around his peripherals. We have a Mage G Sky 81 keyboard and a Daru mouse, while for audio, he uses the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 7X in white. Cable management does look more or less decent. However, if we look closely, a lot of duct tape was used to keep the cables off the ground. I mean, that's fine as a temporary solution, but I would strongly recommend grabbing some proper cable management gear instead, like magnetic cable ties or clips, for example. Duct tape will often leave residue and is unreliable overall. The main desk is relatively small, so he grabbed an extra one where he could place the PC. It's built inside the Honkai Star Rail limited edition of the Height Y70 case and features a Ryzen 7 7700X and an RTX 4070 Super. According to the submission, there are plans to expand the setup with a racing rig. Now that is a great idea. However, it does require a bit of room. If you're really serious about it, I would recommend a slightly larger and sturdier desk, and reorganizing a bit to accommodate all the important parts like the wheel, pedals, and shifter. A very interesting setup nonetheless. Thank you, Mark, for participating. The final setup of the day comes all the way from Germany and it belongs to Ununice. At only 29 years old, he's a family man, already owns 2 pharmacies and multiple apartments. And just a little over a year ago, got inspired from the show to build his own PC and setup. It had pretty humble beginnings, but within a few months, he was able to get closer and closer to his dream setup. Considering that you're juggling family, work, and a business at the same time while building a setup and staying creative, honestly, huge respect to you. That takes a lot of dedication, and I'm only wishing you success in your work. The main aesthetic is dark nature. We've got a beautiful wood paneled backdrop with an artificial plant wall in the middle, and the setup is sandwiched by 2 display shelves on both sides. The setup itself is mainly used for gaming and entertainment, so we went with arguably the cleanest and most symmetrical TIE Fighter monitor layout. A 32-inch 4K Alienware as the main, with 2 27-inch Asus TUF monitors on either side in vertical mode. All 3 of them are mounted to the desk. However, he also grabbed a monitor riser for both aesthetics, as well as storing some miscellaneous gear like his work laptop, random cables, the Govee music sync box, and a USB hub for his wireless chargers. The peripherals fit the dark theme perfectly. He's rocking a 60% HyperX alloy origins paired with a glorious Model O2 wireless mouse. He did mention he's actually looking to get a new keyboard though. So I'd recommend joining our Discord server. We have a dedicated keys and mice channel where lots of knowledgeable people can help you out. I've personally upgraded my own keyboard to the Moonshadow V2 and I am absolutely loving it, but the keys and mice channel is definitely where you want to go if you want the best advice. Now this is where I won't hold back, as a chair is a category where you shouldn't cheap out on. I wholeheartedly recommend the Sihu chairs, and if you want to go all out, more specifically the S300. Spine health and seating comfort is worth a lot more than any money in the world. You simply can't put any price on health. In any case, for audio, there's also a Sound Blaster Katana V2 soundbar on the riser with a sub underneath the desk. But when it's time to isolate himself, Ununice uses the Razer Black Shark V2 Pro headset and the HyperX Cloud 3s as backup. Cable management is elite. You can't see a single loose cable in the front, all the monitor cables are bundled properly, and the rest is fitted perfectly into the cable racks. Lovely sight. The PC looks like it belongs to the Green Lantern. It's housing a Ryzen 7 7800X 3D processor and the ROG Strix 4080 Super. Just so you don't think he's got 8 exhaust fans, the bottom fan and the ones on the right are all reverse blade intake fans. So he's got a beautifully balanced airflow inside there as well. Putting all of this together while having so many responsibilities is no easy feat. I mean, this whole setup tells a story. It has a purpose. It's got a heart. It's got symmetry, function, and there is nothing that holds me back from awarding you the 74th seal of approval. Make sure to hit me up on Discord to claim your one-of-a-kind plaque, as well as a free TechSource mousepad. And before I forget, huge congrats on the baby, and have fun building the laptop setup for the wifey. I'll be sure to look out for a new submission in the future. And with that, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. As always, let me know in the comment section which of these setups was your absolute favorite. Don't forget to participate for the Season 10 intro contest for some awesome prizes. More details will be linked below for that. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And as always, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'll see you guys in the next one.